So over the next minute or so, I'm going to show you how to make Post-it or sticky note templates that you can use to copy and paste and move around in any of your pages inside of OneNote. Um, because by default, they don't really support a smart or great way to do this like all their other programs. So um, here's how we're going to do it. So as you can see, I've got a couple different samples up here. They're all based off the same thing. Um, and I've got this set up on a cork board, which I found the texture over here at Fuzzimo. I've got a bunch of free, great textures for you to use. So to make a post-it, you are going to do two things. You're going to make some tables, and then you're going to color the background of those tables. It's pretty straightforward. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go to the table interface here and choose a single row, two column table. So this is going to be our title. So right here we have a title and we have a date. So the first thing in the title, we're going to add a to-do checkbox because that's how I mark all of my post-its as done. And then we're going to give it a temporary title. So this is, let's bold it. This is my title. Then we're going to add a date. So I like to use the existing today's date essentially. And we're going to align that to the right. And so essentially now we have, as you can see up here, this same format. I'm going to go ahead and stretch this out to about the size I want it to be. That's about right. And move the center column here. There we go. So that's about what I like. The next step is we need to add the body of the post-it note, which is this section here. So I'm going to go ahead and just arrow down in the same text field and add a description for our note. Oh, let's add some bullets like I've done before. Bullet 1, bullet 2, bullet 3, and now we have a closing statement. Okay, so that's my basic template. Well, obviously there's no color yet, so first thing we want to do is add a body to this. So we can't color this text box. They just don't let you do it, which is travesty. So for us, we're going to use a template. So first, select everything. Sorry, we're not going to use a template. We're going to use a table. So select everything, right-click, go to Table, Insert Table, and you'll get a dialog that lets you enter how many columns and rows. We're just going to do 1 and 1. And now we have this whole thing encapsulated inside of a table. So the next step is to actually add color to it. So again, right-click inside your table and go to Table, Shading, and then assign it a color. As you can see, now I've got a full post-it. Well, I don't really like this header the way it is. I like to kind of make it pop out a little bit, so I add a background color for that. That's a little darker. So now we have a darker title and a post-it. Well, I don't really like the border on this table either, so let's go ahead and turn that off. So let's go back into tables and choose hide border. Okay, now as you see, we've got pretty much the same thing we had before. Now let's see how it actually works. So I can go in here and edit it and do it wherever I want. So let's type my favorite phrase. Now is the time for all good men to come to the aid of their country. So as you can see, it wraps around. But I don't really want it to grow when I make this text box bigger. I kind of want it to be constrained to a fixed size. So what I'm going to do there is I'm going to adjust the edge of my table to be the constraint I want. And now, if I continue to type, it's going to wrap. So you can make this bigger or smaller, and it doesn't affect the size of my notepad, my post-it. So that's generally how I made all of these. I'm sure you'd understand very quickly how to make different colored ones. So I'll do one sample here. So let's say this is our yellow one. Let's make this one red. So again, anything you want to change colors of a table, you right click, go to shading, and you make it a different color. Same thing for here. Table, shading, There we go. Hopefully this was useful. I know I use Post-its every day when I work, and it's nice to have a little digital way to do it here in OneNote. It's a lot better than Windows stickies. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe.